Hello children, tonight I'm going to read you a bedtime story. It's called A Very Noisy Night. This is one of my favorite stories and I hope you enjoy it. The Very Noisy Night. It was the middle of the night and Big Mouse was fast asleep in his big bed. Little Mouse was wide awake in his little bed. Big Mouse, called Little Mouse. I can hear something rushing around the house, huffing and puffing. Big Mouse opened one eye and one ear. It's only the wind, he said. Can I come into your bed? Asked Little Mouse. No, said Big Mouse, there isn't room, and he turned over and went back to sleep. Little Mouse lay listening to the wind. Then suddenly between a huff and a puff came a tap, 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 tap. Little Mouse climbed out of bed, opened the front door just a crack, and peeped out. Whoosh went the wind, but there was no one outside. Big Mouse, he called. I can hear someone tapping. Perhaps there is a burglar on the roof. Big Mouse got out of bed and opened the bedroom curtains. Look, he said. It's only a brunch tapping on the window. Go back to sleep. Can I come into your bed? Asked Little Mouse. No, said Big Mouse. You wriggle. Little Mouse lay in his own bed and listened to the wind huffing and puffing and the brunch tapping and someone calling, hoo hoo, hoo hoo. Little Mouse climbed out of bed. This time he looked under it. Then he looked in the wardrobe and feeling very frightened he cried, Big Mouse, I think there is a ghost in the house and it's looking for me. It keeps calling, hoo hoo, hoo hoo. Big Mouse sighed, sat up and listened. It's only an owl, he said. It's awake like you. Can I come into your bed? Asked Little Mouse. No, said Big Mouse. Your paws are always cold. And Big Mouse pulled the blanket over his head and went back to sleep. Little Mouse got back into his own bed and lay and listened to the wind huffing and puffing, the branch tapping, and the owl hooting, and shh. What was that? Big Mouse, he called. I think it's raining inside. And Little Mouse jumped out of bed and fetched his red umbrella. Big Mouse got out of bed too. He opened the front door. Be quiet, wind, he said. Be quiet, branch. Be quiet, owl. But they took no notice. Then Big Mouse went back into the kitchen, turned off the dripping tap, and put away the umbrella. Can I come into your bed? Asked Little Mouse. No, you are nice and snug in your own bed, said Big Mouse, taking him back to the bedroom. Little Mouse lay and listened to the wind huffing and puffing, the branch tapping, and the owl hooting, and just as he was beginning to feel very sleepy indeed, he heard, wee, wee, Big Mouse, he called, you are snoring. Well, Big Mouse got up. He put his earmuffs on Little Mouse's ears. He put a paper clip on his own nose. Then he went back to bed. Little Mouse lay and listened to nothing. It was very, very quiet. He couldn't hear the wind huffing and the branch tapping or the owl hooting or Big Mouse snoring. It was so quiet that Little Mouse felt all alone in the world. He took off his earmuffs. He got out of bed and pulled the paper clip off Big Mouse's nose. Big Mouse, he cried. I'm lonely. Big Mouse flung back his blanket. Better come into my bed, he said. So Little Mouse hopped and his paws were a little cold and he needed just a little wriggle before he fell fast asleep. Big Mouse lay and listened to the wind huffing and puffing and the branch tapping and the owl hooting and Little Mouse snuffling. And very soon he heard the birds waking up, but neither of them heard the alarm clock because they were both fast asleep. Night, night, children. Sleep tight.